So before we get into today's vlog, I just wanted to update everybody really quick. If you watched the end of yesterday's video, I talked about my mom and what she's going through right now. And I just wanted to say thank you all so much for all of your love and support and kind comments. It really, really means a lot to her. And I wanted to give you the update that today she had her bigger like oral surgery that she needed, and that it went well, and that she's recovering at home right now, and that she is doing well. So just thanks again for respecting what she's going through and being loving towards her right now.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone!
First off, I want to say, no baby yet. Baby is still in Jessica. Jessica didn't sleep very well last night. She kept waking up thinking that she was having contractions, wondering if she needed to go into the hospital. She didn't need to go to the hospital. We haven't gone to the hospital. So that's what's going on. This morning, I got up and I'm trying to keep the boys quiet and the dog quiet. Good morning. You say good morning?
Yeah.
Good morning. Do you want waffles for breakfast?
Yeah.
You want that?
Yeah.
You want that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want a Mickey Mouse waffle? Okay, go get in your chair and we'll get you some waffles. Do you want to sit in this chair? You want to sit in the chair in the kitchen with me? Let's do it. Is it good? Good. So I'm making waffles in the shape of Mickey Mouse, obviously. That's how you make waffles. And we're just having a good time. I feel like today feels like back when we first started vlogging. And I don't know why, but I have that like feeling where I'm like making waffles, listening to music, hanging out with the kids. We started vlogging when you were younger than he is now.
Oh.
What do you think about that?
Wow.
And now look at you.
I'm 7, 8.
You don't even know how old you are, you're so old.
Yeah, I switched a couple months ago, so I'm still getting used to it. But then I'll have to get used to 9, so let's see how that goes.
And speaking of old vlogs, you know who loves watching old vlogs? This guy. He loves seeing his big brothers and his sister when they were little kids, and so we've been watching them every once in a while. Not a whole lot. We don't do a whole lot of screen time, but every once in a while we'll put on a vlog. Are you grabbing the camera? What are you doing? Are you adjusting things?
Okay.
You're adjusting things? But I don't know. It's like a feel-good thing if you go back and watch the old ones. So I'll put a couple links to some that don't really get suggested to people, but they're good, they're fun. So I'll put a couple links down in the description below. If you just need a little pick-me-up, a little like, yeah, like that. If you want to feel that way, you can click on the links down in the description after you watch this video, of course. Yeah. Is that your ear? You found your ear? Ears. Ears. Oh yeah, there's your other ear. Where's your nose? Where's your mouth?
Finish, Dad.
Oh, that's way in your mouth. You don't have to go that far. You can just show me the front of your mouth. You don't have to show me the back of your mouth. Where's your head? Where's your eye? Where's your hand? You are so smart. You know all the different body parts. Can you blow kisses to everybody? Mwah. Mwah. Oh. Waffles.
Thank you. Here you go, Dad. What's that?
That's a Duplo. I'll put it away for you. Okay, I think you have class, so eat that real quick so you can go to class.
My hair's blowing in the wind. Okay, it is another doctor appointment day. Who ever thought I would get to this point. I certainly didn't. I mean, mostly I know a lot of people go until like 41 weeks. It can even happen that people go to 42 weeks. However, this is the longest I've ever been pregnant. So it's just a little different for me. And this is my 6th pregnancy. So I was hoping it might go a little earlier, but that's okay. Teddy's doing what he's got to do.
The doctor's appointment that was supposed to get canceled.
Yeah.
This was the one that
Actually, the last one was too.
Yeah. Where the doctor was like, hopefully I don't see you.
Yeah.
Like,
but it does mean that I get another chance to be champion and have my water break at his office. And I will say, like, that's the big thing I'm going through right now. It's like, I'm scared with every step that I take, and every time I like get up to go to the bathroom or when I'm lying down in bed, I'm like worried my water is going to just burst. And I mean, that's fun. I like the idea. But in a lot of my labors, when my water breaks, it means like one push, baby comes out. So I'm a little worried about the idea of then having a home delivery or a car delivery or some sort of like emergency delivery, which also doesn't entirely intimidate me, but I do need to have Pitocin after I deliver to help shrink my uterus and make sure I don't hemorrhage. And I also like the idea of having a baby in a hospital setting just in case the baby needs intervention. So like, I feel like, yeah, okay, I could give birth, but just in case, I prefer to be in a place where the baby could be like whisked to the NICU if necessary. And I have had that happen before. Jacob was born like gray, and he had to spend like the first 45 minutes of his life getting checked out of the NICU, and I was glad that we were there.
and
So
several babies had the cord wrapped around their neck as well.
yeah, I think all of my
takes-
babies.
That takes some special maneuvering from the doctor.
It does, and I'm hoping like Christopher could figure it out in a pinch. But
Well, there was one, I watched it happen, and they had to like clamp it off and cut it before the baby came out. Like it was more of a to-do than just like getting your fingers in there and having the baby slip through.
and I don't even know any of this because I'm on this side of things. I'm up here. So yeah, I just think like there's some peace of mind to deliver at a hospital with experts instead of like randomly in your bedroom. However, that's a cool story too. I don't know. Like, it is cool, but it makes me a little nervous. I'm starting to like lose sleep more because I'm in the middle of the night. I'm like, oh, are contractions starting? Do I need to go to the hospital? Is my water about to break? Like, I'm starting to get a lot more anxious. So hopefully today I go to my doctor right now and break my water all over his office. I had a bunch of scenarios playing in my head last night. I was like, oh, what if I show up? And he goes to check me and he's like, you're 9 centimeters dilated. We have to go get the delivery kit to deliver in the office, crew.
I'm sure that's exactly how it would go.
But these are the things I think about. I was like, maybe he would transport me in a wheelchair. And I had like this, I was like imagining my doctor like transporting me to the hospital himself. This is what I do. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I like to imagine like scenarios and get really caught up in them and like create elaborate storylines for what could happen. And then I don't sleep. So that was me last night.
The AC really is whisking your hair
I know,
around.
my hair.
You should do some model poses.
I'll do some model
in
poses. Car with
yeah,
AC.
you're like in a car.
So I'm in this car and it's blowing my hair. So there we go. I don't know if models do this, but maybe they do. And I also feel like at some point, Christopher, will you take a picture of me with my bump? I keep thinking that like this is going to be the last pregnant picture, and like, oh, I've got to take it today, and then I'm more pregnant the next day, and it just keeps happening. So I don't know, but we should take a picture today just in case. I wanted to say the reason why I feel like I keep talking about my water breaking, and it's because my uterus zone feels different than it like ever has before. I feel like heavy and like it feels like I could just burst at any second. I don't know what's going on that it feels like that delicate, because I think I'm not usually as aware of it. It's just, there's baby in there and your tummy's really big, but I'm not aware of like the amniotic sac. And I am constantly aware of it right now. Like in just the last few days, I'm like, every time I move, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's about to break. Or like I get these very weird gurgle sounds from it, which I've only ever heard right when my water has broken. Like I've heard my water go like pop glug, glug, glug and like make noise when it breaks. And I keep hearing it go glug, glug, glug. And I'm like, is it breaking? Like, is it breaking up at the top? And I'm just not, like, the water's not coming out? Like, what's going on? So anyway, that's been happening, and it's very disconcerting and interesting. Like, it's a fun new experience, but definitely new and weird.
All right, we're in the room with the ultrasound machine, which doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to get used, but they don't always put us in this room.
Yeah. Could be an even more exciting visit than we thought.
So, yeah, we're in here. We're just waiting for the doctor, and we'll see how it goes.
We'll get a bonus ultrasound. The kids will be really jealous if we got ultrasound. All right. Another bust of a doctor's appointment, huh, Christopher?
Well, it didn't bust. That's kind of the problem, is that it's still there, still intact. Even and nothing.
Nothing. I told him to go hard again on the sweep. But he said I'm still at like a 2, which I feel like I was kind of at 3 last time. So Teddy's going in reverse, I tell you. He was also like, we're kind of out of inductions. Like, we don't even really have those anymore, but like maybe you should try to schedule one, but maybe we'll put you on a wait list. But we don't even really have that right now because everything's getting full. And I think they're low on nurses. He was like, you never know, anything could happen at any time. My water didn't break and I wasn't 9 centimeters and like ready to push, which is kind of what I was expecting. But I wasn't. Not at all.
You gotta curb those expectations.
I don't know, not at this point. He should be out already, gosh.
So he did say that he did do like a good sweep in there, so maybe
Yeah.
that will have started something.
And they don't bother me. So like I was like, yeah, just go ahead, go hard, like it's fine. Some people are very sensitive to these sweeps. So like, just so you know, we're talking about a thing that some people would not be as comfortable with, like getting this like this. But for me, they don't bother me. So I was like, yeah, do it.
And he did not fire up the ultrasound machine. So he did not get the bonus ultrasound.
But no non-stress test either, so that's good.
He was mainly talking about inductions and not inductions.
And induction options. Like he was like, we can give you Pitocin, or we could just break your water, or we could do a combination. And he just talked about different options. But then he was also like, but also we're full. Like those are all booked.
And he wasn't concerned about the size of the baby because Jessica's had big babies before.
Yeah.
So he was like, how big was your biggest? And then he was like, okay, yeah, I think you'll be able to handle it. Like we're not getting into the danger zone there. It was a good conversation.
Yeah, good conversation. I think he thinks that I'm going to like go into labor and have the baby.
I think we all think that.
Yeah. I mean, it should be safe to assume, but I don't know. Because what if I don't? What if he stays here forever?
I've been saying, I think we need to go to that place where your water broke that one time and order you the same meal and see if that's
I have not gone to a place since COVID, so I'm not going to a place.
No, like, I'll pick it up. We'll call it in, and they can bring it to the car door. You want it? No. Okay.
Oh, and I do feel like I've seen in the comments some people suggesting things like the midwife's brew and castor oil. No, I haven't tried any of those things, and I don't want to. Like, there are some induction methods that I'm comfortable with and I feel like are safe, but if I were to do something that was like ingesting something, I might as well do something like Pitocin in a hospital setting, in my opinion. The things like castor oil can just give you a really bad night of tummy sickness and make you feel really awful, and it's kind of in line with overexerting yourself and like walking a ton right before labor. For me, like in my opinion, it's just kind of something that could make you feel awful and then you go into labor. And on top of that, there are some risks about putting the baby into stress and potentially having them pass their meconium inside of you and things like that can be accompanied with things like castor oil and midwives brew. And I'm just like, it's not my thing. Like, I understand some people really like those methods, but it's not something that I want to try. So I would rather get induced before doing something like that. I do drink like red raspberry leaf tea. I don't do the dates because it's too much sugar. Like, that's a popular thing these days, is to eat like 4 dates.
You've been having eggplant more than you used to.
Well, yeah, just because I want to. Like, eggplant is like, eggplant parmesan is sometimes like one of those things on the list of induction things. An old wives' tale or whatever. I don't know what you would classify it as. I've been craving it. Like, I've been wanting baba ganoush, not eggplant parmesan. And people are saying like spicy. Like, spicy isn't a risky food. It would give me horrible heartburn. So again, it's in that classification of like things that would potentially just make me very uncomfortable and like lose sleep and be less ready to like have a baby and go into labor. So there are certain things that I'm like, nope, I will never try that. And some things that I'm like, oh yeah, sure, like we can go on a small walk and we can do the mile circuit, because it's not actually like doing things for miles. It's just like positioning, or like the birthing ball. So there are things that I'm comfortable with doing and things that I'm not comfortable with doing. And that's just that.
I feel like that's how people should treat all pregnant people, is if they just trust the things that they're comfortable with doing and not comfortable with doing.
Yeah. So,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. I mean, I also understand the desperation on some level. I've never gotten to the level of like 41, 42 weeks pregnant, which obviously is like next level desperation, I'm assuming, for some people, and some people not. I can understand why, like, maybe you wouldn't want to do something one day and then like 3 days later be like, okay, castor oil, we're doing it. Because you're just like, you get so tired and your body hurts and it's messing with your head and you just want to be with your baby. So like, I get that happens too. So.
But you're not there right now.
I'm not there, but I'm also like...
Getting there?
No, I'm
On
like
the road?
ready for baby.
Ready for baby.
But I'm not like ready to try extreme measures.
Gotcha. And I support that.
We just drove up to the house and Christopher was going, oh man, they really couldn't schedule you for an induction. That's wild. Because we were talking about how like they said there's nothing for the week. As he was saying that, the office called. Oh my gosh, the kids are running out. The office called and said we have an available induction for tomorrow morning at 7:15 a.m.
What's happening? What? You're having
Come here.
So we're having the baby tomorrow?
Yeah, they're gonna have the baby tomorrow. Like,
What? So are you going to the hospital?
yeah, they just called and said that. Hi, crew. I love you.
At 7?
They said I have to check in at 7:15 a.m.
Okay, so
You could have a baby before I wake up. Yeah, basically. Best response ever, Bailey. Hi, Lulu.
No, I think Lulu wins that.
You want to meet your baby brother soon?
no, I win.
Last day of Luke playing cards on your tummy.
Last day. You ready?
I'm pretty sure he has no idea what's going on, so he's kind of like here.
What's happening tomorrow? Baby's coming tomorrow.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. This is all just like happening.
What's
right now.
happening tomorrow? The baby's coming tomorrow.
The baby's coming tomorrow. Great news, huh?
Huh?
I'm still processing it.
I think we got some phone calls to make too.
Yeah, we have a lot of
Setting
calls to
things
make.
up.
Let's make some phone
What
calls.
my going
Okay.
It's gone gibberish. Full gibberish.
Are you so excited, Parker?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the update. I didn't really get to say this earlier.
Look,
Oh,
I am Duncan. I'm really excited because the baby's coming tomorrow.
you excited about the baby?
The baby's
Because
tomorrow.
when I left the doctor's office, they were like, oh, there aren't any induction dates even available. But I had talked to my doctor about methods of induction.
Yeah.
And he said one of the things that he could do is just break my water instead of starting me right away on the Pitocin. And that's what we're going to do, I think. And I'm really excited about that. And if I do need to do Pitocin, I will. But I get a little intimidated about starting Pitocin. Mwah. Because I've done it before, and I've done it without an epidural before. But it can make, excuse me, mister. It can make contractions and like the labor experience more intense. Like I did it with Parker and it was fine. Like it wasn't like, yeah, but it wasn't massively intense. But I was already at a 5 with him. We just did a really, really low dose. And this one, I'm still only at a 2. And I just don't know. This one's so strange. Maybe I'll end up with an epidural. I don't know. That's a possibility. I usually don't get epidurals, but I guess I need to be open to it for this one. But the doctor was saying he'd try with breaking my water first. And a lot of times with my history, when my water breaks, things progress very quickly. So that sounded very good to me. And that's why I was feeling more comfortable with the idea, but then there weren't even appointments available. So I was like, okay, well, I guess that's not happening. And then they called and said, first thing tomorrow morning, come in. The doctor, oh yeah, you looking at Lego? Very cool. What was it, oh, it's a car. That's a cool car. But my doctor's on call tomorrow anyway, so he'll be there. And he was like, yeah, I can just fit it in. Very cool car.
Cooler than cool car.
Cooler than cool car. Lots of cars. Car. Yeah, he's playing with his car. So
excited.
yeah, we're gonna do this. It's a great date too. Like that's part of it is like
21, 8, 28, 21.
is that your favorite car? Yeah, so it's 8:28 and if the baby doesn't take, you know, a very, very long time to come once the induction starts. But since we're starting so early in the morning, I'm hopeful that he'll be born within the day. But again, I feel like every time I say I'm hopeful about something and I'm assuming something's gonna happen, Teddy throws us for a loop. So I guess it could be 8:29. It could be really anything, but so far it sounds good and maybe we can expect something predictable.
I'm gonna bet that Teddy's gonna be born on the 28th. Anybody else want to put in a different bet?
I'll put in a bet. I bet that he's gonna be born on the 28th.
Okay.
I think he's gonna be born tomorrow or tonight.
Oh yeah, maybe tonight. I like your thinking, Bailey. I appreciate that. And what are you wearing, little?
Oh, I'm wearing my big sister shirt, and I decided to do what my brothers are doing. I'm not going to take it off until I meet Teddy.
Me too.
Do you need a big brother shirt? Yeah. I love you. Duncan, do you have a big brother shirt you want to wear? Did you know that your brothers are doing this and that your sister's doing this?
Yeah, I can't find it.
Do you want them to go help? Oh, come here, baby. Come here.
Yeah.
Okay. Mwah. All right, go ask Jacob to help you find your
Look
brother's
at
shirt.
my puffed up hair.
Yeah, who are you today?
A big personal from Luca.
Very cool. Duncan really likes this hairstyle lately, and he even did a tutorial for it on our TikTok if you want to check that out.
We decided to go to the park again, and actually, Colleen and Eric are here.
Oh.
Jacob's getting his workout going.
And push-ups because I wanted to do push-ups.
I started vlogging and Jake was like, oh, just gotta get a couple reps in. And way down there is Duncan and Parker and Flynn and Luke. And they're playing in the volleyball court, AKA the sandbox.
AKA pre-bath.
Pre-bath. Yeah. They're exfoliating. Did you find some sand? Oh, you found some sand? More sand? And more sand? Fun fact about Luke, since he has orthotics, we get to dump out his shoes twice. So we take off his outer shoe and dump out all the sand, and then we take off his orthotic and dump out all the sand. And there's usually sand in the sock too, so I guess 3 times, really.
We're finding gold. We're pirates.
You're finding gold?
Yeah, we're pirates.
You're pirates?
Yeah. Look. They covered them up.
He covered up his legs?
Look.
Oh my goodness.
They didn't do it another way.
Are you sawing the sand?
Yeah.
Okay.
And with this.
With the saw, yeah, I saw that.
Can I show you?